and all of that.
Did you ask them? I mean, you went on the ground, you saw their living conditions. How bad is what you saw? Because if they're telling us that they are not eating, they eat once a day. At the time you spoke to one of the wives who said, well, they haven't eaten till the time you went there because they didn't have money. I also heard somebody, for example, say that in Banco school, and that he even wants to go to the school and tell them that I bind in the cat. Until he's paid, he's not going to be able to pay the fees. How bad is the situation on the ground?
So on the ground, in fact, when I even met Shaibu and then David, they took pear. They were eating pear. I was wondering why they would eat avocado. Like, why would they eat pear? They were just eating it like that. Is it that serious? Like,
was it a plain meal they were eating, or
they were just
while away time I was enjoying some
I don't think so, because I think they were hungry and then they decided after we walked through the farms and they decided to take the pear to eat. They even gave me some anyway.
And you enjoyed it alone, you didn't bring us some.
It's okay.
Yeah, so on the ground it's not easy for most of these farmers because you've sold what is actually your livelihood. It's like, this is what I do, and I've given it out for you to pay me. And for 2 months or 3 months, you've not paid me for what I have done. And this is the only source of livelihood I have. So, and in fact, that's what I get my money from. So if I'm not being paid, you can imagine what I'll do. And so when I hear them say they even want to smuggle, even if it's going to be 50 cedis that they will get their cocoa price sold, they will do it, other than maybe waiting for 3 months, 4 months, and then they don't even know whether they are even going to be paid. So some of them,
as you listen to us, I don't know what you make of what you've heard so far. The fact that cocoa farmers have not been paid, and if you speak to the cocoa board people, they tell you that it's not all the farmers, it is some of the farmers. But we have a farmer here who will explain to us whether it is all farmers or some farmers. But the bottom line is this: we know what cocoa sales brings to this economy of ours. And so if we're having challenges paying cocoa farmers, and they are saying that they want to, smuggle the cocoa beans out of this country to go and sell, if they are threatening that they're going to give out their lands for illegal, miners to buy for their lands and mine on, then it tells you what we're looking at. Your thoughts are very much welcome on our WhatsApp number 0540448747. Fortunately for me, I have Mr. Brifo with me. And like I said, if the cocoa farmers are saying that when you have break or and they're even threatening to go on some strike next week if their monies are not paid them, I was thinking that he was going to come clad in some red headgears and armbands and stuff like that. But what is the latest information about your situation? I mean, what have you been told? Have you gotten monies yet? Has some assurances been made? Are you believing in those assurances? Where are we right now, Mr. Brifo?
Okay. Good morning, viewers and listeners. All what I can say is yesterday, about 3 days today, we went to a meeting.
To meet who?
At the cocoa board.
Okay.
You know, cocoa has got a lot of different groups right now. You have cooperatives, and I belong to Cocoa. Yeah, the Cocoa Cafe Share.
Okay.
So we went to the meeting. And
who chaired the meeting? Who was present?
The regional chief farmer.
Okay.
Of Ashanti.
Okay.
He even came late, and when he came, he told us that we should wait. Probably next week we will receive the money. So before we went, I called about 4 different districts to ask the district chief farmers if they have received something. Only one told me that he has received money.
Full amount?
He
partial
said
amount?
Half.
Not full?
Yeah.
Okay.
And even I was wondering that which company did she sell the cocoa to? She told me that she sold it to PBC also. So I wasn't thinking that it is true. Maybe different company that the manager of.
But is that the norm? Is that what has been happening in the past? Because before, I know that we use the cocoa syndicated loan to buy these cocoa beans.
Yeah.
Now they had said that we're using the license buying companies. So what changed?
What it is that even if they take the syndicated loan, they still give it to the LBCs, the license companies.
Yeah.
So when they buy the cocoa beans, they give it back to the government.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're talking about hardships for the cocoa farmer now, because your beans have been taken off your hands, but you're not being paid. Now, Brad Kuku was telling us, what he saw when he visited Kofi Ase.
Yeah.
what is your personal story? How are you coping?
Oh, we are all facing that hardship. But to me, I have another thing doing.
Okay, so you are able to get by.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is what
I'm
surviving.
But farmers, how bad is their situation? How are they getting by? What are they doing to feed, to pay fees and the like? Because I even hear some of them have medical bills to attend to.
It's serious. The situation is serious because now there are some pieces. The purchasing clerk, they can't even go to their workplaces.
Why?
Yeah, because the farmers are on them. They are chasing them up. Yeah,
is
for
that
their
bad?
money. Yeah, it's very bad.
But again,
Very bad.
I don't know whether it's a mere empty threat or when farmers say they want to sell their farmlands to illegal miners to buy off the lands from them. I don't know whether you are serious about it. When they say they want to smuggle the cocoa beans to neighboring countries, is it something that you're just threatening government with, so government to act quickly, or is something that you are bent on doing, selling your land to illegal miners or even smuggling?
Oh, a lot of farmers have very determined
To smuggle or to sell their farmlands?
To sell the farmlands, especially the places that they do Galamsey and those places that they want.
You were on the ground. Did you see any farmer who has sold his land? If you did, how much did he sell it for? How much are they contemplating? Because I'm wondering that if you sell it for 500,000 Ghana cedis, say how long would it last? You would definitely along the line run out of that money. Because so what did you get?
I think from that place or that area, I think Mampong doesn't support these illegal mining activities.
Okay.
So for that area, it's not. But if we were to go to, let's say, Mamso and the area, we definitely have these cocoa farmers selling their lands, because if I'll get at least 150,000 cedis to selling my land and they wait for cocoa board and not paying, they'll definitely do that and get the money and then look after their family.
I wanted to ask Mr. Farmer here a question.
His name is Mr. Brefo.
Mr. Brefo.
Yes, sir.
Let's be candid. Is cocoa really profitable? Cocoa farming really profitable?
To me, I think it can make you rich as people doing different businesses, but it can sustain you a little bit.
Why is this? Is it because of the size of the land? Or,
You're
not paid well? Because when it comes to paying well, we know that somewhere in October last year, 2025, government said new farm gate prices, where 58,000 cedis was given per metric ton. So which means that 64 kilograms was 3,228. So there's been some appreciation in terms of the purchase.
Yeah.
So is it the size that is creating the problem, or the amount that government buys the beans?
I'll take it first, the size.
No problem. Yeah.
The size also count, because supposing here you have a smallholder farmers.
Yeah.
So maybe you have about 2-3 acres. It's not going to fetch you much.
Yeah.
And Ghana, I think about 1 acre you get not less than 15 or 16 bags or 1 ton, like the Côte d'Ivoire what they get. So that one also counts. Secondly, the price, I don't think you get the fair prices.
They're not paying you.
Yeah.
How much you think would, for example, the 64 kg? How much would you think is ideal to be paid instead of the 3,228? How much do you think is ideal?
Because of what is going on now, I've not even checked the world market price. But I think it came to a point, I think last 2 years or so, the price was rocketing. So
but now it's declining.
Now it's
because
declining.
demand for cocoa is at this low now. So even though you've been paid higher on the world market, the demand for cocoa is low.
It's not like that. I think last 2 years we met Honorable Edu. He was a CEO then, and he told us something, that Ghana, you don't practice sports marketing. So we assume, we the farmers, you know that whatever it is, the price has already been determined.
Okay.
So it's not about now the price is declining, it's going to affect us or something like that.
So, Prof, I would ask for you to respond to whether we're paying them well or not. But what's your take, in the delay in paying these cocoa farmers their due? And if farmers go months without pay, what will happen to cocoa production levels in the next season or two?
Thank you very much, and good morning to our listeners. Let me touch on the point that Bright made, that the people said they had not eaten. In a typical farming community, when they talk about food, it's not ampesi or rice. So they can eat kenke, they can eat ampesi, but that is not the traditional
what
food.
Is food for the fufu?
They are looking for fufu with soup and meat. And so if they don't have money to buy meat, to buy the fishes, to do their soup and take their normal fufu, then they have not eaten.
Although they have
so as for MPCA, they don't have a problem with that. In fact, if you check the background, I'm sure you saw some plantain, they could harvest, some cocoyam, they can harvest and cook the MPCA. But that is not the normal food. And so, exactly. So I think that is the perspective I want to bring to them. But if a cocoa farmer sells cocoa and does not receive payment, that is a big problem for the family, because it is from that money they pay their fees, their children's school fees. It is from that money that they buy the day-to-day things that they need. If they want to travel from their villages to Kumasi, it is money from the sale of cocoa. And so if I take my cocoa to the PC's shop or depot and I don't come with money, then my whole world has come to an end. And so I think it's a big deal. If it delays for a week, 2, or maximum 1 month, maybe they can manage. But for it to go through 2 months, 3 months, I think it is just asking for too much from a farmer to sacrifice. And so we need to find a way. I was telling Bright, whatever it takes for cocoa board.
We'll get there. That's how we the short term and the long term fixes. We'll talk about that. But I just want to also appreciate what this means to our cocoa production in the next season or two. Because once they are peeved, once they're contemplating smuggling, and we know what smuggling will do to our economy and all that, it means that we have a bigger problem on hand.
We do.
So what does this mean to our next season in terms of crop production, the cocoa crop production?
So what it means is that the investment they have to make in cocoa production will go down. So if I need to buy fertilizer, if I need to buy chemicals to spray, I will not be able to get the money to buy them at the right time. Let's not forget that cocoa operation is time specific. If there's a time you have to clear the farm and you don't clear, it has implications for productivity. If it is time for you to prune and you don't prune, it has implications. If it is time for you to spray against black pod and all this and you don't do them timeously, you are going to have a challenge. So if we are not careful, then it is going to affect the production for the coming season. Again, when the farmer says that I'm going to smuggle, it doesn't mean that the farmer himself is going to carry the cocoa and cross the border. Now they need liquidity. If anybody around comes with money right now, they can even discount the value of the cocoa and give the cocoa to the person.
Because they're desperate.
So you just need a David who has a big pocket to show up in the village and says that for every bag, I'm going to give you 2,500. And I'm sure many of them will come out and then sell. Then this David will aggregate and then find a way to cross the border.
Take it out of the country.
And so for those of us who come from Western North, who are close to Ivory Coast, I can immediately imagine people wanting to take advantage of this situation so they can aggregate and then cross the border and go and sell. And so we really need to sit down and solve the challenge.
And all, what impact does it have on the economy?
I think it is quite obvious, because anytime we export cocoa, we rake in a lot of foreign currency, which then comes to show up a cedi. We will say that good is now doing that job, but we need more. And so if we are supposed to get, let's say, 10 units of dollars from exports, and gold is giving us, let's say, 8, and you need cocoa to give you that 2. If people are selling it to Ivory Coast, it means that you are not going to get that volume from cocoa. And so definitely it is coming to affect the way the local economy performs. So I think that we need to look at this from a much broader perspective. It is not just a farmer's challenge; it's a challenge for the broader economy of Ghana.
More especially, Prof. When they mention that they are even contemplating selling farmlands to illegal miners, and we know what Galamsey is doing to our country, and we have not been able to win the fight in any way. Now, these farmers who are now tilting the land say they want to sell to illegal miners. It means that it's going to affect our production, and of course the environment is going to be at risk as well.
Exactly. In fact, the Galamsey bit is even much more scary than the delay in payment. Because if the person sells the cocoa farm to a miner, just forget about all the environmental challenges. But the future livelihood of the farm family is going to be compromised. Cocoa stays there for quite a long time, from 15 years for some of the varieties that are not too strong. And then some will last for about 25 to 30 years. So the family is going to feed on this crop for all these years. Now, if the person decides that I'm giving off my farm just so that somebody can clear it and mine gold, then you begin to ask yourself, what is the family going to live on for 10 years, for 20 years to come? It is going to be a challenge for the family. And so I think that we need to find a way so that we can encourage every farmer to hold on, because it is not sustainable. The money we are going to get from that miner is not going to be able to sustain you. We've lived in communities, we've visited communities where they have mined gold, they have given them a lot of money, but within a short period of time, that money vanishes. And so it's important that our farmers are encouraged, they are advised to hold on, whilst government finds a way to address this critical challenge.
Initially when I heard it, I thought it was a mere threat, but would they listen? Based on what you're saying, we should find a way of communicating to them. Here they are hungry. Some of them are saying that their wives have left them. Now, if Galamsey is the last resort where you will be able to keep your wife and feed your family, you take it. So if you say we should speak to them, would they listen?
Well, I think some will listen. If you don't say anything to them to assuage their fears, then everybody will follow. They will join the bandwagon. So it is important that Cocoa Board finds a way to communicate effectively through the farmer associations, so that people are comforted that yes, plans are underway. Government is putting in place systems and structures to address this challenge. It's a transition, and so definitely we are going to see some of these frictions. So as a transition from the old system to this new system, we should have a structured way of communicating to our farmer leaders so that they can also escalate the communication to their members. And then people, of course, you will not get everybody listening, but at least the number of people who want to give away their farms will come down.
But currently, the system which we are using in buying the seeds off from these farmers, would you say is the best? Because initially we're using the loan, cocoa syndicated loan system. Now we're saying we're using the license buying people who should look for the money and buy. Is that the best approach? And if it's not, what would you recommend?
It's a big question. In fact, for me, I think over the years I have been lamenting that why have we bought cocoa for all these years since Cocoa Marketing Board was established in the 40s. We've bought cocoa and we never decided to create a fund which Ghana will use every year to purchase cocoa. And so it appears that every year we need a huge quantum of money to buy cocoa, and Ghana doesn't have that resource. And we should all remember that within the cocoa season, the amount of money that is required to be sent out every week to buy cocoa is huge.
How much are we talking about?
I cannot immediately, when I was in the cocoa sector, I knew the numbers, but now I cannot immediately tell. But just begin to look at all the cocoa regions and all the cocoa districts and all the license buying companies. Every week you have to send money to your district offices. It's a lot of money, and the economy normally struggles to raise that money. So I would have thought that over the years we would have created some funds so that by now we'll be able to win ourselves from this syndicated loan. Unfortunately, we didn't do that. And we just in the middle of nowhere, we want to transition. And that is why we are seeing all these challenges. So I think that we have to hasten slowly. We've started trying to transition. It's not working. It is coming with this challenge. Maybe we have to reflect, sit back, get some team together to think through so that we can have a stopgap measure. I was telling Bright that why can't we have a blended approach where we go for syndicated loan, but not to the tunes we were taking before. And then we also encourage some private sector actors to also come in with resources so that government brings a little, they also bring a little, and then we are able to pay the farmer. Because the farmer is so central in the whole discussion.
Exactly.
And if you're able to sort out the farmer, then you can be working on the trading model.
So those are long-term, ideas.
Medium term.
Medium, long-term. What about the immediate solutions to the immediate concerns or challenges we have right now? 3 months they have not been paid. Now they are disturbed. How do we fix this immediately? He said they had a meeting where they were assured of payment next week.
Yeah.
I asked him whether he's certain that the assurances given will come to pass. He was not forthcoming with the answer. So immediately, today, what do we need to do so that they get paid?
Immediately, I think government should find money wherever it will come from. And I was talking about the GOAT program that government has been doing. At least we are told we are not within the management of the economy. We are not part of the team. We are told that the economy is functioning well. We are told that gold is bringing in a lot of foreign exchange. Cocoa has taken care of Ghana over the years. So if we are at a point where gold is also bringing in resources and we are facing this challenge, what stops us from getting money from the cocoa program, the gold program, to come and immediately pay the farmer whilst we try to fine-tune all the rough edges of this new trading model that Cocoa Board wants to implement? So I think immediately, if you ask me, I would say that Bank of Ghana should work together with the Ministry of Finance, and Cocoa Board is under Ministry of Finance, so that they try to get some resources from the gold program to sort out our farmers immediately.
Prof, this has lingered on for 3 months. Do you see seriousness and speed from the part of government in this whole thing?
It's difficult to sit back and judge when you are not part of the people who know where the resources are coming from. And so I would say that government can do better. The speed required, I think we haven't seen it. And so if in the next 1 week to 2 weeks, if government can put a lot of energy.
Can we wait a week or two?
Well, that is why I say that if the GOAT program has the resources that we are made to believe, if it has raked in the resources that we are made to believe, then in the next 1 week, government should be able to arrange something so that we can sort out. The volumes of monies we are talking about can be high, can be really, really high. So it's not like some 100,000 somewhere that you can quickly go and pick and come and sort out people. And so let's give them a week or two to try to put their house in order so that we can sort out.
So before I ask you to tell us whether you can wait a week or two, but before then, Professor Edu, are we paying them enough? Because when we were growing up, we heard about this cocoa scholarships. But I don't know whether cocoa farmers and their children have benefited or relatives have benefited. There are people who are still sitting in Accra, Takrady, Kumasi, even some of them in parliament or political party figures who are enjoying from the scholarships. They are not enjoying the scholarships. Their children are not benefiting. Or basically, I don't know of any cocoa farmer's child who's benefiting. Let me say that for myself.
Okay.
Having said that, off air, Bright and I were having a conversation as to the cocoa farmer and his family. Have they even tasted
the chocolates
or the powdered, cocoa
Milo?
That's why I advertise. Cocoa powder. Have they enjoyed it themselves? But these are their toil, of working on the ground that is bringing us all this money? Are we paying them well enough?
Paying them well enough, I would say no. Talking about cocoa scholarship, at least I benefited because my father is a cocoa farmer.
Oh, okay. Good to
I
hear.
benefited many years ago in the 90s when I was doing SHS. My younger brother also benefited when he was also doing. But lately, we are not too sure whether cocoa farmers are benefiting. We can do better than we are doing. I think the whole challenge is that the model we are using as a country is so centralized. Government wants to have a foothold on cocoa so that they can manage the revenues that come from cocoa, so we can use some of the revenue to also support development in other areas.
And if that is the case, why are we not being serious enough with the cultivation and the production of cocoa and the well-being of the cocoa farmer, who is a person who's going to help achieve this?
Yes.
Is it not over politicization of the whole situation? That's how I see it.
It is.
Over the years.
So David, that is a point. That hen that lays the golden egg is almost being killed. Now, if you kill cocoa and we sanitize the space where they mine gold and we are doing proper gold mining, you will see that Ghana is going to still suffer. And so I think that we need to find a way to depoliticize cocoa production, depoliticize what happens in Ghana Cocoa Board. I'm sure if you went into Cocoa Board to look at their workforce, you will see that there's so many people in there and they're all feeding on cocoa. So if we can remove all these inefficiencies, then the farmer can be paid higher. Again, I've always said that why do we give just about 70 to 75% of the FOB price of cocoa to the farmer? Then the country retains the remaining, and then they put some of them through an input subsidy program, which is in itself having a lot of challenges. If you pay the farmer well, the farmer can procure his own input, he'll be able to produce a lot of cocoa, and then Ghana will be able to export and get more. So I think we are getting to a point where we need to rethink our trade model. Maybe we can learn from Ivory Coast. They have opened up the space. So private exporters come in, private buyers come in, so that whilst the state agencies are buying, they are also buying. You create some competition there. Then who benefits? It's the farmer who benefits. They now can have control over their own beans. So if government want to continue with this price determination every year, let's push up the percentage of the FOB price that cocoa farmers get. At least give them about 85%, and then sanitize your cocoa board. Make sure that you are running efficiently, and then the little money you get from cocoa, you can run.
Talking about sanitizing the cocoa board, when you read stories or listen to Randy Abe, who somewhere last year was even saying that we've imported or bought sacks at millions of Ghana citizens, and we're not even using them. But here we keep importing, or we keep buying more. And you ask yourself, do we have that money to spend or to waste? Why are we buying these sacks, not using them, and keep buying more?
The jute bag.
Jute sacks.
I know. Don't need to start with me. Why would we do this? We also know that when it comes to the whole of Africa, Ghana's cocoa beans are the best of the quality. So everybody wants our cocoa beans, and we are not appreciating what we have. Listen, to all of us doing the listening, Bright, I know you would even support me on this. Gold, no, a bit me son. But if we go into cocoa farming and do it very well, we can do it every year for the next 1 million years. We can still cultivate cocoa. But gold is better. So why are we focusing much attention in your documentary or your engagement? I heard one of the cocoa farmers say that this government is not focusing attention on cocoa. Or the needs gold. So gold makes me son. But let's do the cocoa well. Yeah, unfortunately, right now the demand for cocoa in the world has gone down. But let's keep doing it, because over the years, like Prof. Edu said, that is what has kept our economy going. So even if gold is giving us money right now, we do cocoa very well, and we combine the two. Wouldn't our economy be doing far better than it is doing right now?
To do far better. And so government has to be serious about cocoa. And talking about sanitizing the industry, I think it takes a lot. If we don't have the political will, we will be talking about this over and over. Every new administration that comes will push people to cocoa board to go and work. They go and take over
to go and enjoy.
Yes, and to take over from those who were there. And ask yourself, where do they go? They don't go anywhere. They are still in the system.
Yeah, they are there.
So we can keep doing all these things, and then you see that your workforce will be so high, and then you are paying all kinds of monies to people who might not really be working. If we did things efficiently, you see that you don't need that much to let cocoa board run.
So, Doc, I mean, Prof, you have been in the system in this area for a very long time. I'm happy that you even mentioned that your father was a cocoa farmer and you benefited from the cocoa scholarship and all.
Yes.
With this in-depth of knowledge you have, I'm asking a question. Why haven't you written a lot about what we can do with the cocoa sector? Put it out there. Even if they read and they don't take it, we would also read and then ask them questions as to why this literature is available and why it's not being made use of.
We have a lot of literature out there, David. I can bet you if you Google right now.
So the bottom line,
you will see a lot.
It.
In fact, there's nothing in agriculture, there's nothing in cocoa that people in the sector don't know or don't understand. All the problems, everybody knows. The solutions, we all know. Everybody knows.
The willpower is
we keep talking about them at workshops, at conferences, with all the actors. Everybody knows, but we are so selfish as individuals. So we are put in a position and we think about ourselves. So the jute sack contract you are talking about, if we started growing kenaf many years ago, I'm sure right now we'll be able to harvest and then begin to Kumasi jute factories.
When the MC for Asukako, I know he listens to us every time, so he's listening. And the latter part of their existence, he told me that they were putting up a jute factory, jute sack factory. Akonyesa, what did you do before you left? And where are we with that project?
Where is
right
the kenaf?
Well,
where is the kenaf to do the jute? A few people are doing some in the Nkranza area and all that. But if government was interested, I'm sure a lot of the resources would have been used to grow this.
Because
and
when
then
we import these things, we're making another country's economy better. But we're buying from them.
In fact, when I was in the industry some time back as a deputy area manager for one of the companies, there were times that we were even running short of jute sacks. You could have cocoa on the field, and getting jute sack to farmers to put it in and bring to the depot was a challenge. So the problem has been there for a long time. The world has never been there to solve it.
So the cocoa value chain, from farm to ending up in people's mouths or whatever, how would you scale it in terms of improving every sector? Because speaking right now, I've seen that it's not just the planting and exporting, but all the little things that's packaging and all these are industries on its own. Do you think we've done enough to grow these industries to meet the demand?
No, we haven't done much. I think Cocoa Board, what they have done well is the research on cocoa. So Craig, Cocoa Research Institute of Ghana is there. So all the variety issues and the planting issues, they are taking care of that, soil issues and all that. And then quality control also under Cocoa Board, they also ensure that the quality is there. That's why David was saying that our cocoa gets premium on the market because the quality is there. But in terms of the activities that we can do to take advantage of all the logistics,
like
we haven't
transportation.
Exactly, we haven't taken advantage of that at all. So we can do a lot with cocoa, but I think that those who are asked to manage Ghana Cocoa Board should be bold enough, and it's difficult, but I think they need to rationalize. We need to rationalize the workforce of Ghana Cocoa Board. Get a lean administration, lean workforce,
lean and effective.
Be more efficient, and then push a lot of the money to the farmer and supervise them and focus on the research, focus on quality control, and focus on pricing. And then work with private actors so that the system will be more efficient than it has been.
Mr. Brefo, how come cocoa farmers don't have one voice? You have different groups. Why don't you have one single voice? Because if you are one with one head or leadership, your voice will be heard faster and better. Why don't you have that?
It's very difficult. You know, like you were saying, everything is being politicized. Because
now we've been told that Prof was saying that he's hoping that within the next week or two. Can you guys wait for the next week or 2 or 3 or even 4?
It's very difficult.
You can't wait.
Yeah, it's very difficult.
You can't wait. So
some will take some decisions that will not help the industry.
Like what?
Like selling the
smuggling.
Yeah.
And then selling their farmlands.
Yeah.
And we don't want to get there.
Like what the Prof was saying. Not only those near the border town do that smuggling. Even in our district here, they still smuggle to Cote d'Ivoire and
we have a very limited time though. But if you have any contribution, any question, maybe you know of a cocoa farmer, your father was once a cocoa farmer. If there's any input you want to make right now, call us on 03220-83596, 03220-83597. 03220-83598. We can, if you are interested in our conversation and you can place a call through, it will add to the conversation. So Joel, check the phone lines for us and then pick some calls. But Prof, unfortunately, it looks like just like the Galamsey fight, multimedia will champion it. Other media houses on the low. This issue has come up, and it's about our economy and the livelihoods of cocoa farmers. It's like only Love FM or Joy FM that can WhatsApp. Does that bother you?
It does bother me. I think it's a big challenge. In Ghana, it's like we are all interested in political discussion. So MPP just finished the primaries.
Yeah.
We have seen the one who won.
Yeah.
But we've been discussing this since Saturday.
Yeah.
And we'll continue to discuss this. It will run into next week. Now,
unless something else trends and
matters of agriculture, we don't give it a lot of prominence, and this is where we want to commend you, multimedia, for at least flagging the issue and bringing it up. If other media houses will also pick it up, so that we all talk, because for me, agriculture is everything. As a country, if we are able to fix the challenges with agriculture, all the unemployment discussions that we've been having, they will just go away. But we don't want to invest. I was telling somebody, when they do national budget and you look at the figures, and then you see the amount that has been allocated to agriculture, compared to how much we are using to buy good, compared to how much we are using to do other things, then you see a country that is not serious about agriculture.
Leo, handle the phone lines for us, please.
Good morning, Nana Kwame.
Good morning, Joe.
I'm fine. Let's say it was.
I want to find out, Gold Board, when it was being set up, government gave them a seed fund, right?
Yes. Yeah.
You see, Cocoa Board, Prof said something. When Cocoa Board decided to shift from the syndicated loan, government did not give any money there. This is the seed money that we use to purchase the cocoa. These days, the LBCs who go for their own loan from the banks to come and buy the cocoa. They present it. Cocoa Board is not able to pay. The government did not give the Cocoa Board any money to be doing that. And this problem did not happen just this season. It's been happening for over 5 seasons now. Even when they were even going for the syndicated loan, somewhere around 2018, 19, it was happening. And the farmers themselves they have turned themselves politicians. We went for a deba. A former Cocoa Board CEO was accusing the LBCs of using the money that has been given to them to do other businesses. That is why the farmers were not getting their money. It was not true. The farmers knew, but they were clapping. And we will go to the LBCs. Meanwhile, government is not giving any LBC money. Talk to the LBCs. You will see that cocoa that they have bought with their own money and sent it to the takeover centers, received by Cocoa Board, raised their CTOs, and it's supposed to be paid within 14 days. But there's some 6 months, 8 months, Cocoa Board is not paying, and they need to go and pay interest on their loan.
So Nana Kwame says it didn't start today. It's been with us for a long time. Nana, thanks very much for your contribution. Francis, can you hold the line for us, Francis? Political thinker, you have the airspace right now. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Superman, David Akwete, and the crew. In fact, this morning, I cannot hold back my tears. So we, the cocoa farmers, what is our sin? You know, traveling all the way to deep jungle, in the middle of the jungle, we have used number of years to grow this cocoa. And now look at what we are going through. And there are people sitting in the offices of Ghana Cocoa Board. They receive huge amount of salaries every month. And even the money that has been meant for we, the cocoa farmers, they will still profligate it. So I think we, the farmers, in fact, we are suffering too much. Now we are even having some maize, some plantain, but you go to the market, go and see. There's no price for maize, no price for a plantain, no price for cassava. We sometimes
and I understand when he says he cannot hold back his tears. He's not crying. Unfortunately, political thinker, this is what time you cannot go any further from now. Francis, good morning.
Good morning.
Let's hear you, Francis.
Yeah, I need a little bit of clarification. Does it mean that the LBCs is the government that gives them the money to buy it? If that is the case, like Prof said, why can't you allow the LBCs to acquire their own money and buy the product, so that at the end of the day, the government will pay them later? Because if they allow them to buy it, maybe they will raise their money to buy it, so that at the end of the day, the government pays them.
All right, so let's get the clarification, from our guest in the studio here this morning.
Yes.
Profedu.
Yes, thank you. So in the cocoa sector, when I was there, at least government will get money and give what they call seed fund to each of the LBCs. Then they will send them out there to purchase. But normally it's not enough, and so the LBCs also go to raise their own loans. And when they hand over the cocoa, then they will pay them back, and then they go and pay their loans. So government gives them seed
That's
fund
why you're
from
talking
them.
about the private sector combining to do this with government. Let's go into the WhatsApp console.
Good morning, David. It is very sad to treat our farmers this way. They will sell their cocoa farms to illegal miners. Some CEOs are paid 1 billion monthly, including CEO of Ghana Cocoa Board. He said few people are enjoying the national cake whilst the majority are suffering. This is from the Nakokwapia from Bofuedu. Now let's play this one.
Good morning. Please, we as Africans, we must put our feet down and be solving problems. Just look at the problem in Nigeria, where these Islamic people will arrest some people and go and, kidnap.
Don't know why he sent that one.
Yeah, good morning, sis. I just have one question about this cocoa issue. I just want to ask, is it that difficult for the state to own a farm for itself, like to have a state farm just for cocoa in various places? How is it so difficult for the government?
They have it.
So Mr. Brifo, you were saying something in response to what he was saying?
Yeah, government have it.
Government has it.
Yeah,
okay. Those are seed production centers.
And they have commercial too. Not all the farms is, they sell some.
What I've learned from this conversation is to be committed, dedicated, focused with a clear-cut plan. We're talking about creating jobs for the youth, aren't we?
Exactly.
So we talk about the material that is used for the jute bags, the kenaf. So people say, okay, let's produce more kenaf.
Exactly.
Let's get people to weave more kenaf. Let's do more jute bags. That is
That's job creation.
You understand? So the point is, we are not committed, we're not focused, we're not dedicated to some of these basic things. That is where we are. We're hoping that you'll be paid, Mr. Brifo. Yeah. You and your cocoa farmers. Well, my brother here says you have a fresh baby.
Yeah.
You're still very active, not just on the farm, but you're active in your room as well. So we hope that you'll be paid.
Okay, so he's made some clarification. The message that came that we didn't play.
Leo, I was trying to make comparison between how we don't solve issues and we wait for it to aggravate. The point is that gold deposits, mineral deposit in any land belongs to the government. So if a cocoa farmer or any other farmer is selling land because he has discovered mineral deposit there, the person must be arrested because the property doesn't belong to him, so that we solve the problem. Thank you.
They have arrested the person. How can you arrest the cocoa
So,
farmer?
ladies and gentlemen, thank you to Professor Robert Edu. He's head Department of Econs, Agribusiness and Extension, KNUST. Prof, thanks very much for your time. You might not be a great job done. As always, no wonder we are grabbing more awards. 2026 we taking more. And then to you, Mr. Ajin Brefo, who's a cocoa farmer, Charlie, don't smuggle, don't sell the farmlands. Listen, I might be here.
Oh, that one you won't do it.
But we'll be joining the feed shortly on Joy 99.7. It's all about the renaming of the Accra Airport, the Kotoka Airport, whether Accra International Airport, Kotoka International Airport, Kwame Nkrumah International Airport. Let's join the conversation now.
Super Morning Show. Super